Hello everybody and welcome to Elementary, the channel that teaches you all about chemistry. Today we're going to be discussing how to read the periodic table from the individual elements to the overall trends. We'll start with helium as an example of an element. In the centre of the block there is the element symbol. This will be one capital letter or a capital letter and a lowercase letter, never two capital letters. They often relate to the name of the element, He for helium, but sometimes they can seem a little bit random. This is usually because they are derived from Latin roots. At the top of the element block, there is the proton number, otherwise known as the atomic number. It will always be a whole number. This is the number of protons that are present in the nucleus of the element. The proton number is what defines an element. Helium always has two protons. That's what makes it helium. At the bottom of the block, there is the mass number. The mass number is the average number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of the element, taking into account all naturally occurring isotopes with their relative abundances. Isotopes are elements with different numbers of neutrons. This means that the mass number will usually be a decimal place. Take note that sometimes the atomic number and the mass number will be the opposite way around, or they might be over to the left of the block. You can always tell which is which because the atomic number will be smaller and always a whole number. The element name will not always be written on the block. Now let's examine the table as a whole. Elements in the table are organised in order of their proton numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. The rows of the periodic table are referred to as periods, period 1, period 2, etc. And the columns are known as groups, group 1, group 2, etc. Along a period or down a group, there are often trends in properties of elements. The table is organised into different kinds of elements and often colour-coded to show this. Elements in the first group of the table are referred to as the alkaline metals. This is excluding hydrogen, which is a bit weird and sort of in its own category. Group 2 are the alkaline earth metals. This whole section in the middle are the transition metals. The elements down here are other rare metals. These elements are metalloids, which have a mixture of metal and non-metal properties. These elements are the non-metals. And group 8 are the noble gases. Down here there are the lanthanides and the actinides. They are actually inserted into the table here, but are shown separately to avoid the table being too long to be practical. One of the main trends of the periodic table is the size of an atom. Atomic size increases going down the group and decreases going across the period. The atomic radius decreases going along the period because of an increase in the proton number. The more protons there are in the nucleus, the more positive it is, the more the outer electrons are attracted to the nucleus. This means they are pulled closer and the radius gets smaller. Going down the group, more orbitals are added. This means the electrons are placed further away from the nucleus, and this counteracts the effect of increasing protons. The radius gets bigger. The second major trend in the periodic table is electronegativity. Electronegativity is an element's strength at attracting electrons to itself in a covalent bond. Electronegativity increases going along the period and increases going up the group. Fluorine is the most electronegative element. Noble gases are excluded from this trend. They do not have electronegativity because they do not form covalent bonds. You may have noticed that these trends are related. The smaller the radius gets, the more electronegativity increases. This is because there is more orbital overlap and the nucleus can pull electrons to itself more strongly. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to see more from me, my Substack is linked in the description. Do let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like me to cover.